Hello everybody, thanks for being with us today, and welcome to our new video. Today we're going to learn how to change your username and what your username and the things like we don't want to do what to affect, like to lose our data, to lose everything. So we want to change the username. So when I was creating this when I was installing Ubuntu, I put a username which I did not like, and I just made it by mistake. So now I want to change it. So this is something to do, easy to do, but please don't get panic. I'm gonna explain step by step, and some steps you won't see them, but you will do them, and I'm gonna make sure you understand, and you can do this for yourself. First of all, if you say that you want to change it a name, it's gonna require some small stuff. So what we do here, I want you to go to your terminal. Go to terminal. After when you're there, then become root sudo. So then you type in your password, then you enter. After entering that, remember this name is called Ava. You want to change it to a new name. So but we won't change that for one reason. Look, one reason is gonna be what we're gonna do. We're gonna say user mod -l, the new user I want to use Java, for instance, then space, put the old user, which is AVA, this one, the one we want to change, then we say enter. They say the user Ava is currently used by process what. So the reason is you cannot change Ava here when you logged in. So what you have to do, you have to create a what, another username, then you log in using that username, then you change Ava using another username. Because you logged in here, you cannot change Ava here. So what do we do now? I'm gonna create a name. Already I've got a name, temporary name, but what I want to do is I want to create a name here to show you just to create a name. Then after that name, then we're gonna do what? We're gonna delete one of the names we're gonna create. So you will do it, you will create, then you log into those names, then you delete the name you want to, you change the name you want to change. So now I'm going to add a new user, which is gonna be let me call that name user change me. What we do, we're gonna say add, but you have to be sudo, don't forget. So once you see this hash, you just know that you sudo. So I say add user and space, let me call that user change me, change me. We say enter. It will ask you to what, to create a password, and that password we're gonna say to be I didn't tell you that password, but for security reasons you repeat the password, everything's fine. So you want to give this a full name. If you want to, you can. If you don't want to, just say enter. Information is correct, you say yes with y, say okay. That's done. We created what, a user. So no, I'm sorry, don't worry. So we're done with that. So what are we gonna do now? We won't change Ava, we're gonna change one of the usernames we created. So I wanna say this guy called change me. Let me see something. that guy called change me. There is another name which I created before, but I think I delete one of the names I created before than this one. I think, yeah, that should be the best for us, so that we see one of the names. So the reason why you create this a temporary name or other names is to be able to change this name, because you cannot change this name when you logged in already. So what we're gonna do to change the name, let me see this name called change me. We copy this name, and I think I should get what I should change that name to show you that we can change the name. Yeah, for instance, what we do, we're gonna do this. We're gonna say like, you remember the commands we used in the beginning. This is the command we used in the beginning. So we say user mode -L, then the new user I want to put outside. Maybe we call it like new change. I'm gonna call it to be new change, then a space, we put the old user change me. So after that we say enter. Yes, the name is changed. So if the name is changed, what can we do then? So what we can do, we don't stop here. So we go to something else, what they call, how can we name the home folder of this? You get me? So that's the way we're gonna name the home folder. We're gonna say user. You're gonna say user. No, you're gonna say user mod. Remember, if you change the username, you have to change also the home folder. So user m, it's gonna be user md mod, which is mod -d /home you remember the new new home directory minus new username. So the new home directory minus m minus new username. You get me? So we're gonna change the home directory to what? To change let me see what we have to do here. Yes, the new home directory user mod. So like here, the way you see here, I'm forgetting this. You have to be very careful. Look, I'm doing even mistakes here, which by not good. So we can do this, change, and go that, then we space -m, then we put the new the new username. Okay, then we enter. Okay, that's changed. Remember the first line, this line does not give you does not change the home directory. So you have to do the second line to change the home directory. Guys, successfully we've changed the name, and we've changed we've changed the name, and also we've changed the home directory. So but remember, we said you cannot you cannot see what I'm trying to say. You cannot change the name of the user where you logged in. So what you have to do, you have to create at least a temporary user, then you can manage to change what, to change the what you want, the name you want. Since I'm in Ava, to manage to change this Ava, it means I have to create this. You get me? You understand? So but anyway, after creating that, also you have to give the what, the username you created, you give it to what, to you have to give it what, to create for it what, a home directory. So guys, please don't forget to subscribe. I hope that helps, but if you have any problem, please tell me. And if you want to make sure what you've done that is right, you have to go to log in and list all the users you have on your directory. So also, if after finishing that, you may delete what, the user you did what, you did create, the new user you did create, you can delete it after when you change the name of the after when you've changed the names of the thing, the new, the old, the default username you want. But if in case you want to delete it, you can delete it. So what do you do to delete that user? You can just say, I want to delete this user again. I can create to, you can say sudo if you're not root, but now I'm root, I don't have to say. I said del user, then I put this user, and I say, you see, warning, group change me has no more members. Done. Do you get me? Also, I have to change the home directory. Remember the home directory put? So you have to do, how do we do the home directory? It's this one. So what you do, I'm gonna copy that and also go here and say sudo if I'm not root, but if I'm root, say rm -r, then you pasted that, then you do what, not found. It was what, not found. It means it was not there, it was deleted. So then sometimes we have to do things in a right way to see what are we doing, what we're doing, does it make sense to people? You get me? So we have to, once you create this, you have to do what, to list all users in the what, on the system, to see if that user is there. If that user is there, that's when you're gonna say that, okay, I did what, I did login using, I did do what, I did find the what, the user. To list all users, what you have to do, remember I had a user which you didn't see, was called temporary. You're gonna say cat, then say etc, then /, then you say pass wd, then you say enter. That's when you have to list all what you want here. So you have to check into this to see what's going on here. So it's a longer file, but we have to check in here. You see this guy, this is temporary. You see this guy, this one is temporary, you can see. Then this is me over here, you can see attached on 1000, and this one is attached on 1001. You get me? This is the temporary here, and also the thing, the ID here. So but if we want to be sure that okay, this is a user temporary, and also this is a what, a user. So we're gonna delete this user, we create another user, then we wanna repeat a bit the process, then we see if that can change. So no, we don't want to delete this. So to make sure, we want to change this like the way we did, and we also change the what, the directory. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna change that temporary to something else. So we're gonna say what we're gonna do now, we're gonna repeat the same steps, but now we want to see if what we're doing makes sense. We're gonna say, since we root, we're gonna say user mod -l. Then what we're gonna do, we put the new user. Which new user we're gonna say? Maybe let's call the user what, the same name, this same name user. Then we put James at the end. This new user is gonna be temporary James. Then we do what, we space, this is the old user, then whereby your ends of temporary, then we say enter. Okay, user temporary is currently used by process what. So this simply means I logged into this, that's why I was supposed to log out into this user, then it does what, it stops. Anyway, it's fine. We're gonna create a new user, we won't log into that new user, we're gonna list the user, we see if that user is there. So what we do, we create the new user as we did create in the old what. So we just use the command called add user, then that user is gonna be called let me call this user, which, remember, okay, we're gonna call him Ronald, but we'll say Ronaldo. After that Ronaldo, we say enter. Yes, we put the enter already, so it asks for the password. We're gonna put the password, we enter, we repeat the password, we say enter. Full name, if you want, if you don't want, you leave it, but maybe full name we're gonna say CR7, another name, no, room number 56, then we say work phone, or maybe we can say +1, whatever, then enter. Just work, these are things we can put just, but we don't have to do them. We say enter. Other, we say home rec, let me say police guy, simple, enter. Information is true, yes. Remember, we don't have to forget our name, this name, we copy it here and we say yes. After that Ronaldo is done, we've done what, creating Ronaldo. After creating Ronaldo, what we're gonna do, we're gonna allow Ronaldo to run sudo by adding him to sudo group. So what we do, we're gonna say, because if we don't add him to sudo, it's gonna be difficult for you to change this name, the one you want to change, the current name you're using. So why we're creating temporary names? Because we want to do what, to change the name we don't want to use. So what you do, you create the temporary name we done, but we have to give it sudo, to put it into sudo, so that it can sudo to change names, to do many things. So what we do is say, we're gonna say add user, that Ronaldo guy, we're gonna say sudo. We're putting him to be sudo. We say enter. You can see adding user Ronaldo to sudo, done. You see, we've added Ronaldo to sudo, so it means Ronaldo can do a lot of things. So after adding Ronaldo, which is good, so now what we're gonna do, what are we gonna do? We're gonna list the what, the users on the thing, on the system. So since we remember our command, you can press the up arrow key to recall the command, this one. So you're gonna see cat/etc passwd, we enter. So after entering, you can see now we have a new user called what, Ronaldo here. You understand? So he said CR7, this is his name, this is his what, room number, this is his telephone number, whatever. He's a police guy, you can see. Okay, his home directory is Ronaldo. Good. So now what we wanted to do is we want to change Ronaldo to be Messi. Get me? So we're gonna go into the new steps. The reason why we're doing this to show you how to do this, but you will log into Ronaldo to change this guy. So we're gonna change Ronaldo now to Messi. So what we do, we follow the steps we did before. I'm repeating this so that you don't forget and you don't you don't fail to do that, because if you're trying to change this guy, this one alpha, it won't allow, because you logged in. So what we do is we get this old name, we copy it here, and we say, you must be sudo to do this. You say user mod, which is mod -l, you put the new user, which is going to be Messi, and space. Then after spacing, then you put the what, the old user Ronaldo, then say enter. Once you enter, Ronaldo is changed to Messi. But now what you have to do, you have to rename the what, the home folder. How do you change the home folder? So this is one of the things you don't have to forget. You got to do it. You say, if you're not root, you say sudo, but now I'm root, I'm gonna say user mod -d /home, then /Messi, which is our Messi, space -m, then Messi, the user, our new user, which is Messi. So we want to change this is going to be the home directory for Messi. So we've changed things, but we haven't changed this one, so we're going to change that, and we say enter. Remember to be sudo if you're not sudo. User mod -d /home /Messi -m/Messi. You say enter. Yeah, everything went well. So now we're gonna recall our command, which say cat etc is gonna be etc /pass wd. You enter. You see there's no such directory here. What's going on here? I'm sure I made a mistake here. Pass wd etc cat. Oh, I was supposed to put a space. I didn't put a space here. You can see, that's why it says this. Cat space / etc / pass wd and say enter. Yes, you can see we successfully changed our name to Messi from Ronaldo, from CR Ronaldo is now Messi, and also the home directory we managed to change it to Messi. Guys, this is the way we do it. I've taken so long because I wanted to repeat the same things. One step, don't forget, the user where you want to change, you logged in, you can't change him. So what you do, you create a temporary name whereby you're going to delete after logging to that. So how do you delete this name? You're gonna delete this Messi after changing this. You go back to this, then you delete this. So but if you're here, you cannot change your name, you can change this. So we have to find a way how to then delete that user Messi. We don't want to see him anymore. But I remember we did delete one, so let me do it again. I don't want to be lazy here. I'm gonna do it. It's not something difficult. Remember, we use the same command which is says del user, which means delete user. Then we say MESSY, which is Messi. Then you say okay. When you delete that, and there's a group warning, group has not more members. So let's see if we didn't delete the group, the temporary what, the home directory. When we say RM stands for remove minus R, then we say /home /Messi, then we say okay. Yes, so also we managed to delete what, the home directory for Messi. Okay, what do? We're gonna say what we're gonna do is we're gonna list then to see if it's gone. So let's recall our command. Okay, enter. We're listing the people, so you see Messi is gone. You understand? Messi, Ronaldo, gone. So guys, please don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to also share our content. See you in the next video.